It is a bright and beautiful morning here in northeast Kansas. A little bit on the humid side. Didn't go on a walk yesterday because it was too wet. Fancy said she didn't want to go do it, so I kind of acquiesced. It's Father's Day. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day yesterday. I got a chance to talk to my kids and talk to the grandkids a little bit. They were all more excited about getting in the pool or playing in the sprinkler than talking to Opa. That's okay. I get it. I kind of, on a day like yesterday, I'd probably do that too. Yeah, like I said, it's been hot and humid, rained a lot. I would much rather have the hot and humid. Yesterday was terrible, just completely terrible. But I'd rather have that than it being super dry and us being in the middle of the drought. Over Friday and Saturday nights, we got 6 to 8 inches of rain total. Our pond is fuller now than it's been since we moved in, so which is a great thing. We need another couple of good rains like that to completely fill it up. You know, there's standing water all over our yard and all over the area. So, but it's cool. It's a good thing. That's a good thing. You know, I didn't do much yesterday. In the evening, though, I decided I was going to sit down and watch a movie, which I haven't done in a while, and it was kind of an outgrowth. For some reason, I was trying to put together the ultimate 80s movie list that you want to watch if you're a Gen Xer and you came of age between the years of 1980 and about 1988, 89. What are the movies that most influenced the culture at the time? And the three that I came up with, and you got to watch them in order, were The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and St. Elmo's Fire. And you gotta watch them in that order to get the full social effect of the zeitgeist, if you will. But started thinking about it, and I was talking with some people online about it, and trying to come up with like a list of 10 movies that if you're in that age range that were really influential. You know, because those three, you know, those John Hughes movies there in the mid 80s were very powerful for us as teenagers. But there are a lot of other good movies out there that were kind of like ancillary to the whole idea there. You know, like, and me personally, ones that would be on the list, that 10 movie list, Repo Man was another one. Stand By Me is another one. Weird Science. You know, Taps. You know, most people don't even remember Taps. That's the one where Tom Cruise was in it, and Timothy Hutton and Sean Penn and some other people. They were all military school cadets, and it came out when I was actually going to military school. So you know, we all went and saw it at the movie theater, and then we made fun of it because they were trying to close down the school, and everybody was trying to keep it open. And at the time, we were like, nah, we'd help them close it. You know, but there's these movies like that, you know. And if you got movies from that era that you think fit that bill or special to you, you know, go ahead and put them in the comments down below. I want to hear them. I'm still trying to figure out a good list because there's so many good movies from the 80s. I think personally, probably the pinnacle of American pop culture was that time frame from about 80 to 85, 86. Probably the pinnacle of pop culture because it's kind of degenerated since then. But, you know, and I realize that instead of watching movies, I should be working on the homestead and stuff. But it got to the point yesterday. It was so hot and humid. I was like, okay, I'm done, because I spent 2 hours with a weed cutter out cutting milk thistle out of the pasture while the animals grazed. And then I spent another 2 hours yanking Johnson grass out by its roots, because that's the only way you can control that stuff if you don't want to use pest or herbicides. You know, I don't want to have to do that. Nancy, would you come on? She's lollygagging. Hang on a second, guys. Come here. Okay, we're back. We had to get the leash untangled from around her leg. But it's been storming so bad, she's been sleeping in right inside the door for the past 2 or 3 nights. I don't think it stormed last night. I'm not quite sure what Angela let her in the house last night. But she's okay. She's being a good girl. Yeah, but like I said, you know, these are things, and I don't really know why all of a sudden I got nostalgic for these movies, because I honestly hadn't thought about a lot of them in ages. But it was just kind of a thing. In fact, I was feeling that way about them, and I found a documentary that Andrew McCarthy, he was one of the original members of the Brat Pack, that he did about that Brat Pack phenomena and how they the Brat Pack as a group did not like the moniker. And I, you know, as a consumer and just a regular kid in the 80s, I was like, yeah, Brat Pack, cool. You know, it sounded kind of counterculture, but they took it completely different than the rest of us did. You know, and I guess from watching the documentary, I would recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime. But from watching the documentary, I could see why they feel the way they did. Again, there's a part of me though that's like, oh, the poor movie stars, you know. But I get it. I understand why they felt the way they did. And it's a very interesting show. It's called Bratz on Amazon Prime. You know, and I don't know. I think about this stuff, and like I said, I don't know why all of a sudden I was thinking about these movies and feeling a little nostalgic for it, because we can't be looking back. And I think it was Demi Moore in that documentary made the point that she would rather, or maybe it was Molly Ringwald, I don't know, but one of them said they'd rather spend their time looking forward than looking back. And I'm to the point in my life now to where I agree with that. You know, spent a lot of time looking back over the past 2 or 3 years, and it did a lot more harm than it did good for me, you know, mentally and emotionally. There's a lot of positive stuff coming out of what's going on now in our lives. You know, maybe not in the bigger picture with the politics and the country and all that, but personally, you know, we got a lot of cool stuff happening. Finally getting stuff done on the homestead when it's not raining, downpouring. That was another thing. I never knew the difference between a quote-unquote heavy rain and a downpour, but Friday night and Saturday night got an education in that. The downpour is just something a little bit different and a little bit more intense than a heavy rain, as far as I can tell. Anyway, squirrel. You know, but we're getting stuff done. You know, we had a busy end of May, beginning of June. So the things we got accomplished around the homestead weren't quite as much as what we would have liked, but we did get a lot accomplished. Plus, you know, we got to go take the vendor tent to the powwow, and Angela did cooking at the community-wide garage sale for 3 days, and made a little bit of money, made some good contacts, and built up a lot of good social capital that hopefully we can turn into something more profitable. Okay, fans, quit walking in front of me. All right, well, that's about it. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have any suggestions for that ultimate 80s movie list, you know, that those movies that helped form us as young adults and took us into our 20s. Go ahead and put them down below. I'd like to hear about them. Maybe if I get enough input, I'll put together the movie list, and I'll do a video about the movie list, just as something goofy and fun to do. All right. Hey, listen. Like we always say, we want to work on the 3 pillars of modern homesteading. These are the things that will take us forward into the future, even if we're watching these movies and being a little nostalgic for the past. The 3 pillars of modern homesteading will take us into the future. It will insulate us against the stuff that's going on in the world. It will help build bonds that can't be broken. You know, you'll start making new friends and meeting new people and learning new skills, and just your life's going to be much better for it. All right. If you want to help the channel, like I said, go down into the affiliate links down below and find a good deal on sun ovens, RockPots, apparel, freeze-dried foods, you name it. Get to help the channel and get something good out of the process too. If you're not a subscriber and you made it this far, thank you very much. We appreciate you guys spending your time with us. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when we put more content out. And comment. Put lots of comments. I want to hear what you guys said. The video I did on Saturday about Hunter Biden got a lot of good conversation going on out of that, and I really enjoyed it. Most importantly, you guys go out there looking forward, looking back, no matter what you're doing. Try to live a life done free today. Take care. Thanks, Milo.